Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I'm with John Minns, who runs a 6-office operation in Australia, in Canberra, which turns over around £13 million of fees per year, which is absolutely amazing numbers, John, if you don't mind me saying.
Right, thank you.
Now, you're here in the UK at an Australian-UK joint conference. I'd like to talk to you about the Australian business model of employing self-employed people to go out there and get the business. What are the advantages for your branch to do that?
Look, I think the best people have to want to be in the industry, and one of the challenges is we've got to pay a base level income to anyone we employ, which is somewhere around 60,000 Australian dollars a year. So what's that, 40
grand?
Yeah, 40,000 pounds. But if that's all someone wants to earn, that's probably not going to get them anywhere near where they need to go in real estate, because the truth is they've got to work 5.5 days a week simply to get that anyway, and it's probably much easier to go and earn that money doing something else. So we're looking for people who are genuinely after growing their own business within a business, earn $150,000, $200,000 a year or more, and that's someone who's actually going to provide a much better service to a consumer.
I'm talking about your frontline sellers. I'm not talking about the admin staff. What percentage of your frontline sellers are self-employed versus employed?
Oh, look, it's probably 50-50.
Okay, and is there a direct correlation to the ones that are self-employed? They're the best performers?
Look, yes, probably, but that's primarily because they've structured themselves that way, or they've moved on from being employed.
Okay, so most people come on as employed. What are the fears of people moving from employed to self-employed? The reason I say that is that there are a number of agents out here in the UK who are considering going to the self-employed model.
Yeah, look,
from your point of view as a brand leader, and also from their point of view.
Well, if we start with theirs, they're obviously, when there's a safety net sitting underneath someone, that can feel good. It can create a bit of comfort, and for the right person, it can be a positive thing. So their fear is, if I go into commission only, and all of a sudden the business collapses, I'm earning nothing. So that's a problem for them. Having said that, and I've been, personally, as an agent, I went through precisely that. I probably stayed on a salary for too long. And it was the time that I actually made the decision, there's a bigger opportunity here, and moved off it, that my business started thriving. I was a slow bloomer as a real estate agent.
Okay, so what are you expected to do as the brand leader for your associates, self-employed people and employed people? What's your part of the bargain of collecting half or 40% of the fee?
Yeah, well, look, I think that's a great question, because I've always viewed this as a collaboration. In fact, a brand or a business that doesn't work collaboratively doesn't work. So, so we need to provide opportunity. We need to keep an eye on where the industry's going. We need to have the capacity to understand what technology can do to enable performance. We need to provide a brand that actually has resources, has marketing, has support, so that great agents can go out and do what they need to do.
Is it your job to bring in the business in terms of leads, or is it a joint thing?
I've always viewed it as a joint thing. I think you need alignment from brand, from business to agents, so that everyone has a role in that.
You see, there are a few people here out in the UK who think it should be 100% the job of the valuer, the self-employed person, to generate their own business. You're saying that it's a joint thing?
Well, I've just always viewed a team environment, a collaborative environment, as the most productive way of doing business. That none of us are an expert at everything. Most of our agents would say, you've been years away from the industry, just stay out of our listing presentation and give us the support we need, but help us with the performance, the high performance training, the technology and the resources that we need. So do you see these people working for you, or do you work for them? In most cases, I work for them.
Okay.
Most cases.
So what's really then, almost, you're there for them, so they could in theory go somewhere else, couldn't they?
Of course they could. And in fact, I think it's important that we're not trying to tie people to a business somehow or other, by coercing them or holding a gun at their head. The best people are the people who are there because they want to be there, because we work best together. Now,
I've heard some rumblings in the Australian market that there's an imbalance between the personal brand and the company brand. What do you think? Where's the balance?
Well, I think a great agent is going to develop a great personal brand anyway. That's been a really important
Okay.
aspect of the business. We would always encourage people to build a strong personal brand because certainly consumers in Australia. And
But surely you could, if you let them create that personal brand, you're almost making a rod for your own back, and they could bugger off.
Well, you could look at it that way. The other way you could look at it is it keeps everybody honest. It means that all of us need to be the best we can in order to continue a relationship. So, we know if an agent can keep on growing and keep on getting opportunity with us, they're going to stay. And equally, our business is going to do really well as a result.
Final question: you've been here at the conference with 2 days for UK agents and also Australian agents. What's the one thing that UK agents think could do to be better in terms of their marketing to get higher fees, better fees?
Look, I think it's about believing that the agent can add genuine value to a consumer. We've talked a lot about move in the UK away from agents sending people to properties so owners can show them through. I think our value as a business is the value we can add to a consumer and how attractive we are to great employees and great clients. And if we can get that right by bringing more value rather than just doing what everyone else does, that's the biggest opportunity.
Thank you very much. Cheers, my friend.
Chris,
Cheers.
thank you very much.
Thank you.